Welcome to SCOE Teacher Induction's overview of CSTP1, engaging and supporting all students in learning. The primary foundation of teacher induction is to support each participant's growth toward mastery of the 6 CSTP. You have chosen to focus on CSTP1, and today's presentation will provide an overview of the standard and its 6 elements. The purpose for today's session is to deepen your understanding of CSTP1 and to increase awareness of your own teaching practice within it. Following this activity, you will work with your mentor to identify evidence from your own practice and consider where that evidence places you along the continuum of development. Our primary tool for self-reflection and self-assessment in the program, the Continuum of Teaching Practice, recognizes that teachers just out of their preliminary program will likely begin their first year within the emerging level. This is appropriate and does not represent a deficit, but rather a starting place for your professional journey. We invite you to embrace your current placement on the continuum and to actively seek to work toward meaningful next steps within your own professional growth journey. As teachers gain experience, they will show growth within the CSTP and deepen their practice and understanding of the standard and the depth of each element. If you are joining us with multiple years of teaching experience, you will also find the Continuum of Teaching Practice a useful tool to measure your current practice. The Continuum is meant to serve as a self-assessment tool for the life of the teacher's professional journey.
Standard 1 of the California Standards for the Teaching Profession guides teachers to engage and support all students in learning. The first element of CSTP1 focuses on using knowledge of students to engage them in learning. Teachers learn about their students and work to build positive relationships that support student academic progress. Newer teachers learn about their students by checking school data and reviewing results from district assessments. As teachers are initially focused on this element, the instruction they provide is usually focused on whole class strategies. As the year progresses, new teachers identify other sources of information about their students. They use the additional data to inform their planning as they make some adjustments to their lessons based on assessment data and the needs of their students. As teachers progress in their knowledge of the students they teach and within their own professional practice, they continue to use data and information from a variety of formal and informal sources to learn about students and guide selection of instructional strategies to meet diverse learning needs. Their practice begins to move from whole class strategies to more differentiated strategies that incorporate the unique needs of their students. CSTP Element 1.2 focuses on connecting learning to students' prior knowledge, backgrounds, life experiences, and interests. In the emerging level of Element 1.2, teachers become aware of the importance of students' prior knowledge, culture, backgrounds, life experiences, and interests. Some students are able to connect learning activities to their own lives. As they move further into their initial teaching experience, teachers use information about students' prior knowledge, culture, backgrounds, life experiences, and interests as they plan to meet the needs of individual students. Students have more opportunities to participate in lessons related to their interests and experiences. As teachers gain experience and knowledge of the students they serve, they refine their practice as they intentionally seek out and use school resources and family contacts to expand their understanding of students' prior knowledge, backgrounds, experiences, and interests to support student learning. Students are able to make connections between the curriculum and their knowledge and experiences. CSTP Element 1.3 focuses on connecting subject matter to meaningful real-life contexts. As with other elements, as teachers gain experience and knowledge of their content and practice, they begin to connect subject area instruction to real-life experiences as guided by available curriculum. Some students are able to relate the subject matter to real life. As their practice develops, teachers explore additional real-life connections to subject matter to more effectively support student learning. Students use real-life connections to support their understanding of the subject matter. As teachers gain confidence with various strategies and content knowledge, they connect subject matter to meaningful real-life contexts, including those specific to students' family and community. Students consistently use real-life connections to enhance their understanding. The continuum of teaching practice recognizes that teachers just out of their preliminary program will likely begin their first year within the emerging level. This is appropriate. As teachers gain experience, they will show growth within the CSTP as they deepen their practice and understanding of the CSTP and the depth of each element. The continuum is meant to provide a self-assessment tool for the life of the teacher's professional journey. Let's take some time to reflect on the first 3 elements from CSTP1. Please review the prompt, reflect upon it, and discuss with your mentor. Once you've had time to reflect, restart the video and review the final 3 elements of CSTP1. CSTP Element 1.4 focuses on using a variety of instructional strategies, resources, and technologies to meet students' diverse learning needs. In their early years, teachers use instructional strategies, resources, and technologies as provided by the school and/or district. As their practice progresses, new teachers explore additional strategies and resources to meet students' diverse learning needs, adding unique elements that supplement the lesson objectives or meet the learning needs of their class or individual students. As teachers broaden their instructional repertoire, they use a variety of strategies, including culturally responsive pedagogy, resources, and technologies during ongoing instruction to meet student needs. As teachers' practice within Element 1.4 grows, students participate in instruction that includes specific strategies and resources aligned with their individual learning needs. As teachers' practice progresses, classroom instruction moves from primarily teacher-centered to an increasingly student-centered learning environment. CSTP Element 1.5 focuses on promoting critical thinking through inquiry, problem-solving, and reflection. At the emerging level of Element 1.5, teachers may initially pose questions that focus on factual information and basic comprehension. As teachers have the opportunity to reflect on student progress and academic standards, they begin to include more varied questions that extend beyond recall and require interpretation and critical thinking, developing strategies that reflect the diverse needs of their students and push students to think more critically. As they continue to refine their instructional practice, teachers intentionally guide students to think critically through the use of questioning strategies, by posing and solving problems, and by encouraging student self-reflection. As a result, students learn to respond to more challenging questions and problems. They begin to pose and solve problems of their own, and they thoughtfully engage in self-reflection about their progress. CSTP Element 1.6 focuses on monitoring student learning and adjusting instruction while teaching. In the early stages of their professional practice, teachers often focus on implementing lessons following provided curriculum guidelines. Some students may receive individual assistance during instruction as the teacher is able to do so. As teachers have additional opportunities to develop and reflect on their practice, they work to clarify the instructions they provide and refine learning activities to support student learning. As teachers modify learning activities, students may receive assistance individually or in small groups during instruction. As teachers continue to strengthen their professional practice and develop knowledge of the individual needs of their students, they make adjustments to instruction based on observation of student engagement and regular checks for understanding. In response to modifications teachers make during instruction, more students participate and stay successfully engaged in learning activities. In preparation for discussions that will follow between you and your mentor, pause the video for a minute to review and consider what has been presented to this point. As you think, jot a few notes and then discuss with your mentor. Please take a moment to consider these 2 quotes and what they mean within your practice and CSTP1.
Thank you for your time today as we reviewed CSTP1, engaging and supporting all students in learning. Now that you have a deeper understanding of the depth and richness of CSTP1 and its elements, you will work with your mentor to identify where your current practice within CSTP1 is using the continuum of teaching practice. This deep dive into the standard will support you in determining the most appropriate next step in your own professional growth journey.